Alabama's starting to heat up on the recruiting trail and they bring in their top player at their position. However, it's a quarterback. Dylan Lonergan comes into Alabama, an intriguing fit after they already brought in another quarterback and an Elite 11 finalist in this class. What does it mean for the QB depth and for that room for the Crimson Tide? Before we jump into that, let me in the comments know, guys, if that sounds better. We've had some complaints about the sound of that really quick. Just let me know if that works for you guys. Also, check out the description below as we have our link to our website, our CFF guide, our Debbie guide, and our freshman supplemental guide. All of those are immense values. Again, campus2canton.com. Check all of that out. Now, let's jump into Dylan Lonergan. He's currently listed as QB9 on 24/7 Sports Composite and QB9 for 24/7 Sports, a 4-star in both of them. Out of Snellville, Georgia, 6'2", 215, he's right next to Eli Holstein. Eli Holstein was an Elite 11 finalist and another quarterback that Alabama brought in on this class. On top of that, they had Ty Simpson last year, a highly rated 5-star prospect, and Jalen Milroe the year before that. We know that they've got Bryce Young there, so this is a loaded quarterback room. Dylan Lonergan is also a very intriguing player in this group. He is actually also a highly touted baseball player. He has gotten multiple offers from P5 teams and could possibly be an MLB draft pick next week. So that could also completely change things here. If he ends up being a first or second round MLB pick, he may just end up choosing to go the Major League Baseball route. We won't know that, though, until the MLB draft comes, which should be next week during the All-Star Game and Home Run Derby. What Lonergan can do on the football field, though, he shows some pretty good accuracy and touch to all levels of the field, and can challenge tight windows. You can kind of understand that being a baseball player. We've seen kind of the evolution of that at the quarterback position lately, these guys who play baseball and how well they are at throwing the ball. He produced fairly well against some decent competition in Georgia, is known for one of the better states in high school football. He threw for 3,400 yards, 32 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions. He also showed a little bit of rushing work as well, with 600 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground. What is even more interesting about this, his father played at Penn State in the early 1980s and actually won a national championship with the Nittany Lions, but ended up not going there. Overall, Lonergan is a very intriguing quarterback prospect in this class, and in all honesty, was expecting him to go a different route. South Carolina, maybe even Stanford, but again, goes to Alabama. Makes sense on the big end, right? If you big brain it there, and the fact that Alabama has produced multiple quarterbacks the past couple cycles, obviously one of the best schools in all of college football, especially when it comes to a football perspective. But again, Bryce Young, we know he's likely gone after this year, right? He's not staying unless some kind of injury happens. Knock on wood, we don't want to see that. One of the best quarterbacks in college, going to be a first-round draft pick. Then you've got Jalen Milroe, who I think is also a very good quarterback, who came in the year after him, who has a chance to take the reins and move forward, on top of a guy like Ty Simpson, who was a highly rated quarterback recruit as well. He was very well liked by our team at Campus to Canton. He was, I believe, at least top 5 for every single one of us, except for myself, and I've even come around on him. He's a very talented kid, looked extremely good in the spring game for Alabama this year. And then Eli Holstein as well in this class, who's ranked ahead of him on most services, and also a top 10 quarterback. One or possibly 2 of these guys are going to transfer for Crimson Tide fans, and I'm sure they're okay with it. They've done a pretty good job in the recruiting game as it is, but 1 or 2 of these guys are going to transfer. I think it might end up being Holstein, at least as one of them, which may free things up for Lonergan. But again, if Ty Simpson ends up, say, even just if he beats out Jalen Milroe and gets the job next year, he's going to have it for 2 years. Maybe, Lonergan, he only has to sit for a little bit and then he gets to come over and take over. We've seen that worked out very well for Mac Jones just a couple years ago with Tua Tagovailoa sitting there waiting to take his time, comes in and at the back end of that national championship game, wins him a national championship, kind of battles with Jalen Hurts a little bit. Jalen Hurts moves on, Tua gets the spotlight, then Mac Jones comes in for his 1 season. Maybe Dylan Lonergan can do the same thing here. Alabama has shown that it has worked out for them as they put Mac Jones in the NFL as well. just an intriguing spot that he decides to go there. I'm really intrigued to see again what happens with him in the Major League Baseball side of things as the draft does happen as of the time that this video has been recorded a week later. So maybe he ends up going to the Major League Baseball. I think he's a better fit and a better player than Eli Holstein. But will he stay on Alabama's roster? That is the question. Really good prospect, but he's going to have to wait regardless because Alabama Crimson Tide fans know you've got quite a couple good quarterbacks in waiting right now behind Bryce Young. Guys, if you like this kind of content, hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel. We're trying to give you guys the best college news and recruiting news possible at all times. And again, check out the description below if you want to check out the website, campus2canton.com. Very low barrier to entry, just $2.99 a month, and you get all kinds of great college content that nobody else is doing. Everybody have yourselves a great day.